I've been posting videos every consecutive Wednesday for a little while, subtracting the last week or so. So here's my lame excuse of reasons. 1, SAT and PSAT. 2, Supernatural. 3, American Horror Story. There you go. And so I was very proud of myself for posting every Wednesday for a while. Just not that much, but a while. I was really happy, and then I just got lazy, and I'm stupid, and I know you can punish me in any way you want. I have decided that I am now going to be posting videos every Wednesday because it seemed to work for a while, and now I'm going to thoroughly and fully be devoted to posting my videos, and I will definitely be better and do more and be great. But anyway, this isn't what we're really here to talk about. What we're actually here to talk about is this. Or really more so this, because this is what we're going to be reviewing today, City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I know that I posted my Mortal Instruments City of Bones review of the movie, and so you know I have read City of Bones, the book. I don't really feel like reviewing the first book. So basically, you know, the first book is just about this girl, Claire Fray, realizing she's a shadow hunter, blah 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 blah. We all know about this. So this is the second book, and what goes down is freaking crazy stuff. So basically, the whole summary overview of this book is basically Claire's mom's in a coma, she's brother and sister with Jace, and this whole book is basically Incest City, but, you know, what can you do? The Mortal Sword has been stolen by the Silent Brothers, and now all the Silent Brothers are dead, and the Inquisitor comes into a picture who accuses Jace of stealing the sword and being a part of Valentine's army, and being loyal basically to Valentine, and Clary is trying to hunt down Valentine to try and get the sword back. And that group of shadow hunters as a whole are going to different groups to try and get help to fight Valentine and save the day. Woo. I like this book a whole lot. Now, going into City of Bones, if you didn't really enjoy it that much, you really should read City of Ashes next, because there's so much world building and so much more to the story that you really don't know about, because in the first book you're just figuring out about shadow hunters and what they are and what they mean, but there's so much more backstory in the shadow hunters and the Clave and everything like that. And the Inquisitor, I hated the Inquisitor, okay, this new character, because she really shows the bad side of the Clave and how hypocritical and dictatorial they are, and how they're really realizing that the Clave might not be as pure as they are. They're really a self-righteous group, and it's really conflicting as to thinking, is this system really working? Are they really doing the right thing? It's actually a very corrupt system once you get into it, learning more about it. That's one of the main plots in this story. And it drives the story along in a good way, but really, the Inquisitor just kept getting me more angry and frustrated with her throughout this entire novel, because she, like, loathed Jace. I mean, really loathed Jace. And she had her reasons, yes, but it was to an extreme that didn't need to go there. But really, a lot happens in this book. A lot of shocking things and a lot of crazy stuff and a lot of gasping and oh my gosh, I can't believe that moments. And so basically Valentine needs to get the Mortal Sword, and he's killing all types of downworlders to finish performing this ritual. I believe Valentine is an interesting villain. He's not like other villains. He's very evil, he's twisted and strange, and he makes you uncomfortable. And you just think in your head, why does he do the things he does? It makes no sense. But you have to understand, he believes that what he's doing is right, and he's trying to do it for the greater good of all shadow hunters and the Clave, and that he really believes that he's doing a good thing. It's not that he's doing it just because he knows that it's evil. He believes that what he's doing is something that will save the shadow hunter race. He believes that annihilating all downworlders is the only solution, and so he does everything he can to do so, even if it means getting help from demons. And so that's the difference between Valentine and other villains, is that he believes that he's doing the right thing instead of knowing that it's the wrong thing, obviously. But another side story that's coming into the picture is Simon and what's going on with him and Clary, because now that Clary found out that her and Jace are brother and sister, what can you do to try and move on? And so Clary and Simon start to have a relationship more in here, like an actual romantic relationship other than just being best friends, and they try to work it out for a while, and I love Simon so much, but I love Jace. And it's another conflicting thing in this story with the idea of incest. There are a lot of topics in this book that aren't touched by a lot of YA novels, and Cassandra Clare does it in an amazing way that makes it interesting and something that you haven't heard before. So that's what we want to read. We want to read something that hasn't been written over and over again. And touching base on this topic makes the book and the series a lot more interesting and not stereotypical. Because Clary and Jace belong together so much. But there's that thing, with their brother and sister. But, there are so many hints in this book, I am telling you, that refer to the fact that Clary and Jace probably are not brother and sister, and there is some reason behind that. But, they can't see the obvious and are just fighting with themselves over the fact of how they feel about each other and how it's causing them so much pain and turmoil when they can't see in front of their eyes. That's not the case. Of course, they don't say that in this book, but it's really obvious. So Clary basically finds refuge in Simon. Simon's basically Clary's crutch, and I feel bad for him because she doesn't realize what she's doing to him as well. She's only using him because she can't have Jace, and in a way you're trying to see that she's trying to get over him, but it's not the right thing. That's why Clary is such a frustrating character to me, not just because of the choices she makes, but because of how irrational and she doesn't think before she acts, how that affects other people. She only thinks about herself and not others, and she doesn't take anybody else into consideration about the things she does. And even though she's a frustrating character, you really try to see where she's coming from. And you kind of see her point, but she just doesn't get it across in the right way. The way she deals with these situations with Simon in this book are not the right way, because then it leads to other bad things that happen to him. And I'm not saying it's Clary's fault, but she could have taken it a different way. Like when they went to the Seelie Court, which was one of my favorite parts in this book, when they met to the Seelie Queen to ask her help to fight against Valentine. And that scene happened, for people who read the book who know about it. That led to what happened with Simon. But it was very interesting to see, because the Fae are I think the Fae are my favorite Downworlders, because they're so devious and maniacal, but in a very sneaky way. There's like an undertone that isn't approached on the outside. Because the Fae are very charismatic people, and Mundanes and Shadowhunters alike are drawn to it. And I loved the line that Isabel said, that you should be careful with the Fae, because they give you your greatest desires, but in the worst way possible. And that's what they did to Clary. And it's just so good to read. I just loved it. I hate the Seelie Queen, but I love her at the same time. She's just one of those characters you love to hate. But she makes me so happy. Yes, but probably other than the Seelie Court scene, my ultimate favorite scene was at the end, on Valentine's ship, with that big battle at the end, and then Clary discovering more about herself, about her powers that she can do, how she can create her own runes and intensify. And so when she blows up the ship at the end, it's something very unexpected and surprising. Okay. I'm not good at this, I can't talk right. I have those thoughts in my head, and then when I try to get it across, it just doesn't come out right. That's one of the problems I have with this. But I've decided that I'm not going to be doing any spoilers in this Mortal Instruments series, because I just started City of Heavenly Fire. Whoa, no. City of Fallen Angels. And so I've read half of the series so far, and what I've realized is there's way too much details and things that go on to just talk about in one video for each book. So I've decided that I'm not going to do spoilers in my book reviews, but later on, when the series is finished as a whole, and when City of Heavenly Fire comes out, I'm going to do a book discussion of all the books in the entire series with full-on spoilers for everybody to see, so you can talk about it with me and what you thought of the series, because it's coming to a close, and so I wanted to get on this. It's easier to read a series when you have it as a whole, so you don't have to keep waiting for the books, even though that's usually not the case with most of the books I read. This one in particular, it's optional, so that's what I'm doing. And so yes, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to give City of Ashes a 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It was great. Oh gosh, I cannot wait to review City of Glass. It was my favorite in the series so far. These are so good. I love them. I love them so much. They're great. They're really great. Yes. Yeah, so you should read this and get on this like I did. And get right on that so we can talk about it together. Okay? So, woo! That's it for my review. I am done here. I will see you later. I'm gonna go. D of TBA. Bye!